responsibility of your children who are growing up, a responsibility of your parents who are aging, and then of course the work responsibility that you have, which is never ending. These are some of the things which starts to pull us in different directions. And that is why if you plan any big thing, if you plan any big move, any big change, any big learning, then we are always in a situation where we find that our attention is diverted and we are not able to focus on that big goal that we have for ourselves. This is something which is very common in people who are in their mid-career phase. And a lot of time we start to associate these goals or our targets with specific milestones. For example, you may come up with a date that, okay, I will start to do this particular thing on my birthday, or I will try to start going to gym on New Year, right? So for example, 2024 is coming now, and some of you may have ideas of, okay, what will I do in 2024? So you are not basically planning for 2024, you are actually having those thoughts today which you want to push for 3 months because you know you don't have time, because you are giving time to your children, your parents, your family, your work, etc. So if there is something new which is popping up in your mind, which will probably take more bandwidth, more effort, you are not very clear as to how you will execute. And what is the best thing? The best thing in this case is to push it by at least a couple of months. And what better idea than to make it like a New Year resolution, right? So a lot of time, for a variety of reasons, people procrastinate, they push things or they delay things. And I have been in that place. I have delayed so many important things at some point in time. And then I realized that, okay, if I have to achieve really something big, the best way to get it done is to break it into small pieces. For example, if you have a LinkedIn profile and you really want to work on your LinkedIn profile and optimize it, you won't be able to do it in one day. There are 8 to 10 sections on a LinkedIn profile, so you will have to sit each day with one section. In fact, you can give 2 days for one section, which means you will take at least 15 to 20 days to complete that entire LinkedIn profile, right? So that is how you break one big task into smaller tasks. Another example, if you want to search for a job, so other than the LinkedIn profile, you will also need to update your resume. You will also need to reach out to recruiters. You will also need to update your Naukri profile or Indeed profile or whatever it is, right? So all of it put together looks like a huge task. So again, you need to break it down into simpler tasks. So for example, we talked about LinkedIn, let's say 15-20 days to work on your LinkedIn profile. Similarly, you can take 1 week time to work on your resume. So rather than working in one single day, we're sitting for a couple of hours and, putting all your head down on your resume, spend 15-20 minutes per day. That is the best way to fix your resume in 1 week. Or for that matter, get any task done by breaking it into smaller pieces. And I can give you so many examples. For example, if you want to wake up on time, if that is your target for yourself, then actually the root cause is the sleeping time, right? If you are going to sleep at midnight or if you sleep at 1 a.m. and if you give yourself a task that, okay, from next day or from next week, I'm going to sleep at 10 o'clock. That's not going to happen because if you're already used to sleeping at midnight, how all of a sudden you will start to sleep at 10? That is not possible. And that is why you will again need to break it down. You will have to first move your sleeping time at least 15-20 minutes ahead. So for 1 week, at least try to sleep 15 minutes early or 20 minutes early than your usual sleeping time. Then once you have done that, probably move it ahead by another 15 minutes, which means over the period of 15 to 20 days, you would have moved your sleeping time from 12 o'clock to 11:30 p.m. And once you start to move your sleeping time a little early, start to wake up a little early. Move your alarm clock by 15 minutes. And this is something which is a process. It is not something that one fine day you wake up and you start to go to gym. One fine day you wake up and you start to go for morning walk for 1 hour. One fine day you wake up and you start to read books for 1 hour every day. It's not happening. If you want to go for a jog or go for a walk, go for 5 minutes at least. Start that. It is not about that, okay, I went for a morning walk for 1 hour today. What is important is, can you go for a morning walk for 5 minutes every single day to start with? And now a lot of people who are watching this will say, oh, 5 minutes, so kya hota hai? What happens by 5 minutes? The point is, if you don't start by 5 minutes, you will never be able to make it 10 minutes. If you never make it 10 minutes, you are not going to make it 15 minutes. So 1 hour, forget about it. It is a process. Reading books is a process. You need to start slow. If you are not a reader, if I give you a huge book to read, it will overwhelm you. You will just run away from it. So rather than that, start to read 5 pages per day. Start to read 10 pages per week, something of that sort. So breaking down huge tasks into smaller tasks is the only recipe, and that is the recipe you need to follow consistently. One match wonder that, one match I play and I hit a century, one match I play and I take 10 wickets, that's not going to lead to anything. Like you act in one movie and that movie becomes super hit. But the problem is, after that, you will probably not get any hit movies. After that one match, you will probably not play any good innings. So it is better to start slow, and the secret is in consistency. If you are able to produce the same consistency every single day, which is extremely difficult, but if you're able to do that for at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever is your goal, okay, then you will see results. And why am I able to tell you this is because I have done both. I've tried to make big changes and failed. I've tried to do small changes and learned how it is supposed to be done. So between now and the new year, there are 100 days left. So before we hit 2024, let's give ourselves a target that we will utilize these 100 days to warm up in the right fashion. So that when you hit 2024, you are already ready. You've already done the warm up. You don't need to tell yourself that, oh, I need to go to the gym and, I need to wake up early. You've already started to do a little bit of exercise. You've already started to read books or whatever is your goal. You've already started to warm up for 100 days. And 100 days is a lot, right? If you do a particular thing for 100 days continuously, on 101st day, you will become used to it. So it will not become like, okay, this is 2024 and now I need to change something really drastic in my life. All right, I hope it does make sense to you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Share this video if you think somebody else can benefit from it. I'll see you in another video soon. Take care and bye from now.